hip stretching exercises. I'm going to show you how to stretch the hip extensors or the glutes, obviously the muscles of the buttock. So I'm going to show you a couple different alternatives here. Since I'm in a sitting position, we're going to go and show you that stretch. So what you're going to do is cross one ankle over the other knee. If you have knee problems, you're just going to have to be careful with this. Make sure the movements are nice and slow. I've crossed that ankle over the right knee. With this hand, elbow, forearm, whatever you want, you can just place a little bit of weight on that knee to keep it from coming up. So that's step number one, is getting that knee to lay flat down as far as it'll go. If you're already feeling a stretch here, fine. Hold that for 30 seconds or go ahead and breathe nice and slow 5 times with the exhale longer than the inhale. If you're not getting a stretch in this position or you want more of a stretch, what you're going to do is you're going to take that sternum, that chest, and you're going to force that chest slowly forward. You're keeping your head up. I don't want you to round your back because that's a back stretch. So we're bringing that chest forward towards that right knee or towards the shin of the leg you're stretching. And as I bend forward, I feel a stretch in my buttock and coming up kind of on the outside of that left leg. Again, once I get to a point that I feel it strong enough, I'm going to hold that for 30 seconds or 5 deep breaths. Okay? That's number one. Number two, we can go ahead and lie on your back. I'll show you with this leg since that's the one you can see best. I'm going to go ahead and cross that left leg or ankle over the right knee again. What I'm going to do is then go ahead and draw that right leg up towards my chest, pulling that in just as far as I comfortably can. Once I feel that stretch in this area, again, I'm going to hold for 30 seconds or 5 nice, long, slow, deep breaths. Another good glute or hip extensor stretch. I'm going to place my right leg flat on the table. I'm going to cross that left ankle over the right knee. I'm going to reach up and grab that knee with my right hand, and I'm going to pull that left knee over to the right side as far as I can. Now notice I'm keeping my shoulder down, I'm keeping my head down. If anything, you may want to turn your head the opposite direction. You can put that arm out. And again, I'm feeling that stretch coming from the glutes on the outside of that leg there. And again, holding for 30 seconds or 5 deep breaths. Again, when you pull this over and when you release, when you're stretching, make sure those movements are nice and slow. The final way of stretching your glutes. This time I'm going to show you stretching the right. Sit on a table, sit on the bed, something where the other leg can hang off the table. I'm going to bring that foot in so that my knee's bent at about a 90-degree angle, a right angle there. What I'm going to do is sit up straight and tall so my right arm, my right forearm is now keeping that knee from coming up. When you're tight like me, that knee wants to come up as you bend forward. You need to hold it down. So what I'm going to do is, keeping that knee in place, I'm going to bring my chest forward towards the foot until I feel a stretch behind that buttock. So over here it would be in the butt going down the outside of that leg. So I'm feeling that stretch in the right glute as I bend forward. When I get to that point, I'm going to hold it for 30 seconds or 5 deep breaths. Coming back up slowly. That was the first way of doing it. The second way is I'm going to turn my chest now a little bit towards the middle of the shin, keeping that knee down, bringing that towards the mid-shin now. Same thing, 30 seconds or 5 breaths, you're going to come back up. And then the last stretch, turn your sternum even more now towards that knee and bring your chest towards that knee while keeping it down. And that'll be the last of the 3 angles where you're going to be stretching that right glute. The reason I go 3 different positions is it just stretches different fibers within those muscles in your glutes. And that's how you stretch the glutes or the hip extensors.